category is me. Yes, darling. I tell y'all what. Is she gonna stay over here? She don't want to stay over here. Okay, this hairpiece don't want to stay in place. All right, whatever. When I tell y'all that this show just gives me everything I need in life, I have never been so excited for a show, ever, that I can think of. I'm just so. I'm a little moist today. It's a little hot in this room. Gotta turn the damn air conditioner on. But I've never been so excited about a show. My God, and every single episode is just so good. It's so juicy. I just can't. Okay, so anyway, let me just get straight to the review. So this was the Mother's Day episode, and it started off with, it's taking you back as to how Blanca came about and how Elektra discovered Blanca. Elektra is like a legend in this game, darling. She has been doing this forever and a day. Elektra is that girl for sure. And everybody, is looked up to her. She's probably one of the first, fierce transgender women, who paved the way, darling. Miss Sister Girl from House of Extravaganza last week, she told y'all know Aphrodite Fish, who came in there serving J-Lo teas. She told y'all, no, Elektra is a legend in this game, and y'all better get into it. So anyway, child. So this was set, this episode was, it took you back for a moment at the beginning in 1982. And the show is set in the late 80s. 87, 88, whatever. So, darling, when they dropped this joint right here, now mind you, I've been waiting to hear some old ass Mickey Howard, Meli'sa Morgan, Stephanie Mills, Denise Williams, or Shirley Murdoch. I wanted to hear some 80s divas, darling. Child, they dropped. I think this came out in the 70s though. But they dropped, child, Love Come Down by Evelyn Champagne. What y'all know about Evelyn Champagne King? Here you go. Child. No sleep last night. Dreaming of you. Please hold me tight. 'Cause I can't help the way that I feel. Yes, I can't help the way that I feel. Yeah, babe. Ooh, you make my love come down. Ooh, you make my love come down. Make it go all the way round. Ooh, you make my love come down. So anyway, I just had to do it, darling. This one of my joints, darling. I'm telling you, I'm 28, but I grew up on 80s and 70s, 80s, and 90s music, darling. My mom had me when she was 37, darling. I grew up around, my mom, who's 66 now, was older, my aunts, older cousins. That's my gig, child. That's my gig. The show, the soundtrack, I told y'all. But anyway, so we meet Blanca, young Blanca. So Blanca, she's at the building, at the ballroom, with all the other girls. They're walking. It's realness category, and Blanca, she decides to walk. She had on a little cheap dress, a little cheap hairdo. She's fresh out of her mama's house, and she just put on a little dress and a wig, and whoop to whoop, decided to walk the category. Now she knew that she wasn't suited in terms of her garments and everything, and how she looked at the time. She knew she wasn't suited to walk that category just yet. But Blanca being Blanca, she didn't give a damn. She has the heart, she has the strength, and she wanted to walk the ball, so she did it. So she decided to walk, and they cut the music. Now this was a different guy MCing, not Pray Tell, because this was way back when. I guess they haven't met each other yet. And he stopped the music, like Pray Tell stopped the music last week on Miss Candy. And he was just like, what are you doing in that tired ass wig, that cheap dress? You need to go back to wherever the hell you came from. Just read her down. But Blanca, she didn't whimper. She came out there. Blanca was giving it to the girls. I was like, come on, Blanc. But she didn't care. She showed respect. She kissed the other girls. They act like they didn't want to kiss her. The girls are shady. And they gave her, she was like, look, I know you talking crap about me, but give me my numbers, give me my flowers while I'm here. They was like 6, 6, 6, 5, 6, 6, 6. She was just like, oh, okay, thank you. Meanwhile, we have the legendary Elektra standing up in the balcony looking down at everything that's happening, darling. So, Blanca, she goes outside, and then we have some queens that was in there, and they're, making fun of her. Talking about, she had hair on her legs, and, just trying to come for her and read her. Talking about her dress and her little wig, her little pixie wig. And, Blanca was just like, how you gonna come for me? And she started trying to crack on them, but, it didn't work. And, she was getting ready to fight Blanca, one of the girls, but then Elektra came. She was just like, and she read the girls for Blanca. She was just like, sis, how you gonna come up here? How you gonna come up here and try to read somebody? Remember when, you was looking like this and giving toad teas and the frog with no princess and all that stuff? And so the girls, nobody's messing with Elektra, because she's that bitch, for real. Elektra, she notices that Blanca, she seemed like she was, hungry, a little homeless, whatever. So they took her, Elektra took Blanca back to the restaurant that everybody be eating in, It's been there a long time. Legendary. They serve the queens. I have to find out what restaurant that is next time I'm in the NY. So they're talking, back and forth, and Blanca, she just ended up telling Elektra her story, and she was just like, yeah, I'm not with my mom anymore. Obviously, I had to go and be my own person. I just want to be a real woman. I just want to be real fish. And she was just like, well, this is Elektra. Well, I'll tell you this, you have heart. And I appreciate that. That's rare to find. But we're definitely going to have to work on your look. I'll be your mother. And Blanca was just like, for real, you going to be my mama like you the legendary Elektra? Whoop to whoop. So, I found it interesting. I feel like this is probably how Elektra picked up all the girls. Or came across all the girls. They heard of her, knew of her from the scene. She's a legend. And, she either rescued them or they found her, and she was just like, you know what, you're gonna be a part of my house. So yeah, that's pretty much how Blanca, came about, and how Elektra found Blanca, because Blanca found Elektra. So yeah, okay. So cut to the thing. So cut to now. Blanca, she going around, the kids ain't cleaning up their food, they ain't cleaning up their bedrooms, food everywhere, garbage everywhere, they just not respecting nothing, like kids don't, especially these days. Ooh, child, they bad as hell. But anyway, so she getting on Poppy, she getting on Angel, she getting on Damon. It was just like, if clean up your goddamn room, and she getting on Ricky. Like, what is going on with y'all? She, Blanca, at the beginning, she had a talk with Angel, and she was just like, so Angel, what's going on with you? What's the tea? So, Blanca left her big penthouse, that Stan, her man, was paying for, because she was just like, I'm just gonna, he still wants his wife. He's still dedicated to his wife. So, me being Blanca, me being Angel, I'm gonna show him that, my worth, and I'm playing hard to get, like, high five. She likes me, we're playing hard to get, and Blanca was just like, look, girl, you stupid. And she is, in terms of thinking that, she's not gonna be the main woman. Angel, sis, you're not gonna be the main woman. That man ain't gonna leave his wife, his kids, his life. I don't know what to tell you, sis. I don't know what to tell you. But Angel's just in her gig. So Blanca, she goes back out. There was a phone call, and she starts hollering. And we find out that Blanca's biological mother passed away. Now, Blanca and her mother have been estranged for years, since 1982. She basically either ran away from home or was kicked out, for being transgender, wanted to be a woman. And, they wasn't feeling it, child. When you're gay and of color, too, that's a whole nother thing, I feel like. It's definitely tougher, in my opinion. But, it really just depends on who your parents are and who your family is. But definitely being black and gay or being Latina and gay is, it's a whole another ball game for sure, child. So, she was just like, I don't know what to do. Blanca had a scene with Pray Tell, and she was just like, I'm not sure if I want to go to the funeral. I'm not sure on how I'm going to handle this entire situation. Pray Tell was just like, look, I know you've had your gripes and your issues with your mother, but that's your mother. And you need to be there for her and forget about your tired-ass siblings. This is something for you. You haven't seen your mom in years, and you didn't even know she was sick, and now she's passed away. So, it definitely, it definitely makes you think that, like I said earlier, give people their flowers while they're here. Tell people you love them. Communicate with the old family members that you ain't talked to and friends, and just mend fences before something happens, because, you just never know what can happen in this life. So, let's switch to something else really quick. Let's pooch on to Stan. Stan the man. Stan Angel Man. Stan, he goes to see the meeting. I believe they work in the Trump Towers. And Stan, he's at this meeting or whatever, and they're talking. And Matt, which is his boss, end up forgetting the meeting, or somebody didn't tell him, however that worked. And Matt ended up rushing to the meeting, child. But it was over with. So one of the businessmen told Matt that, hey, your buddy Stan, he's getting a promotion. Now Matt, being Matt, huge ego, just asshole all around. And him bringing Stan into the building, he was just like, no, you're not going to get no promotion, and I don't have a promotion. You're not going to try to take my job. You're not going to make more money than me. When I brought your ass here, you owe me more. That whole Electra type of attitude, obviously different, but that whole Electra type of attitude, you owe me, I'm your mother, you owe me, a daughter's job is to honor her mother, that whole gig. So he was upset, and Stan was just like, no, brother, I'm not trying to upset you, I'm not trying to hurt you in any type of way, but I just want this coins, I need this coins, I got my main chick and my side chick, and I need this money. Sideline ho, Monica. So, they was just like, okay, so you showing me exactly who you is, so I'm about to show you exactly who I is. So, Matt pooches on over to see Stan's wife. Now, this is his second encounter with Stan's wife. The first time he licked all in the mouth. And then Stan came, oh, it's Christmas, giving Christmas gifts and stuff for the kids and for the wife. But, he don't know that Matt licked his woman in the mouth, and she was enjoying it for a few seconds. Then she realized, oh, no, I'm a married woman. I can't do that. Get out of here. So anyway, yes, he goes over there to see Stan's wife, and they're talking, and Matt basically gave Stan's wife the information that she needed, and he was just doing it out of spite to be an asshole. She was just like, look, even though you're giving me this information about my husband cheating on me with some other woman, I hope you know that I'm still not going to ever be with you. I'm still not going to ever want you. I'm still not going to ever need nothing that you serving, sir. And he was just like, yeah, whatever. Hit me up when you want a real job. When you want to leave this bozo and come on over here to a winner. Even though he's a trash box too, and she knows that. But she gonna pooch on over there. Let her get mad enough. Matt, he's very charming, and so he gonna wear her down eventually. I feel like, but we'll see. So, since Sister Girl got the address, Stan's wife, she gone on over there to the apartment. She pressed the buzzer that says Angel. She number 10. She staying in apartment number 10. And the guy who works there, I guess, he talks to her and was just like, hey, Sister Angel moved out, a long time ago. So what the hell you want? What you here for? And she was just like, well, I just want to know if my husband is paying for this penthouse or is it Angel? I really want to know where our extra money that's our savings money, where the hell is going to? What whore is taking our money? So he was just like, okay, well, come to my office. She showed some information and whatever. So, long and behold, the guy gave the wife all the information. These wives always win, child. I'm trying to tell y'all, side chicks. Gave her, and she's Caucasian too, so, of course. Here you go. Here's the information. So, she got all the tea, and she actually found out where Blanca stays, with Angel and everybody else. She got all the information and found out that, yes, Stan's name was on the lease for the apartment because Angel ain't got nobody's money. So, what I thought they was going to bring up, though, side note, what I thought they was going to bring up, though, in this episode was, remember, like the last few minutes of last episode, Angel got the butt shots like Candy did. And they didn't bring that up. So I wonder if they're going to bring it up. Maybe she's not having the same pains that Candy going through. Because she went to the more professional doctor, I guess. But, how they still didn't give these girls no numbing cream, nothing. Y'all saw them needles sliding in there. It's like, Nope, and nope. So anyway, Stan's wife got all the information. So, we end up seeing, we going back to the club, back to the ballroom, and Electra's children, which is Lulu, Candy, Lamar, and I forgot the other little boy's name. Cute as a button, though. And they are all, getting ready to walk, child. So, Lamar, he goes up there to, tell Pray Tell, like, look, we want to challenge another house. Meanwhile, the girls are in there voguing and giving you life. And Pray Tell was just like, without Electra, y'all know Electra in the hospital. It was just like, child, what kind of about that? We want to walk. We want to challenge another house. So, the House of Abundance is getting ready to challenge the House of Halidi, whatever the hell the name was, another house. And so they asked the house mother of that house, do you want to challenge? And Sister Girl kicked that chair over and said, we will never not accept the challenge, okay? Mama was bad. Mama was thick and juicy. Mama was giving Phyllis Hyman teas. I was just like, bitch, no, you wonder where I've been. I was like, come on, Phyllis Hyman. I don't know who that whore was, but she was bad. She got up and Candy, she challenged her. She was walking with her, having this nasty business suit, just giving realness, just giving Christmas realness, darling. She's going shopping with the kids, darling. She was serving. I was like, yes, Candy. But that goddamn Lulu, when Lulu started walking, child, and she let that hair down, I was like, come through, Lulu. I was living. I was like, bitch, you better walk. Them hoes was stepping. I was living. I want to know a little bit more about Lamar's story. Lamar, he hasn't really had that many, like, speaking scenes or whatever. But I'm assuming it's coming, because I think Lamar is actually, like, a real vulgar, like, in real life. He's sickening. So, I would like to see more of Lamar's story and see him vogue and get into it, child. So they walked and everything. The other house of Helena, they ended up losing. And the House of Abundance actually won, child, which is surprising. Because, they really haven't done anything like this without Elektra. Pray tell on the mic, his shady self. He's talking about, Elektra, you better come and get control of your house. So they cut to Elektra. She's in the hospital bed. She just had the surgery, sexual reassignment surgery. And she gets a visitor because ain't nobody putting no flowers in there. Ain't nobody seen about Elektra because, she's hateful and rude. So ain't none of the kids went to go see Elektra. None of that. She was just chilling. So who ended up coming? The savior. Miss I'm gonna do right. Miss stand up for something. Miss Justice. Miss I'm gonna do the right thing, which is Blanca. I swear, if they talked about each other's birthdays and zodiac signs, I'm sure Blanca would be a Libra, like me. She's very for the right thing and fairness. And even if I don't like you, I'm still not gonna treat you coldly. So anyway. So Blanca shows in, and Elektra's just like, what the hell you doing here? She actually said, what the F you doing here? And the nurse is just like, is everything okay? Blanca was just like, child, that's how she greets everybody. She's just a nice girl. Elektra was just like, yes, she can stay. So Blanca, she used this as her opportunity to get back at Elektra, because she was just like, that's what you get, the fact that nobody's here to come and see you. That's exactly what you get, sis. You hateful and mean. You're a terrible mother. Yes, you have rescued the girls and you have done a lot. But you show no love. You're so hardened and cold like. And Elektra was just like, and Blanca was just like, you act like you're better than people. Elektra was like, because I am. I would love to play Elektra. Like a villain, even in one of my dreams is to be the villain in a Disney Channel movie, be the voice of a villain. I would love that because she's just, it's just so funny. Just it's just crazy how she thinks and how I love how strong she is, but that strongness come with just being hateful and mean and rude and putting you down and all that, and that's not good. But just to play that asshole, what's her name from 101 Dalmatians, Cruella de Vil type of vibe, and it's just the gaudiness of it all, and the furs and the cigarettes. I live for old 80s bitch. I live. So anyway, she's just sitting there talking, and actually she ended up agreeing, Elektra, that, she is harsh and mean and hateful, and she couldn't say nothing. So then Blanca, she was getting ready to leave, but she ended up telling Elektra that she just lost her mother, and she's the only mother that she has left. So then Elektra finally let her guard down and was just like, you know what, I'll send some flowers over, child. They ended up talking, and Blanca was just like, how you feel? She was just like, I'm in pain, but I've never felt more like a woman. I've never felt more beautiful and all this kind of stuff. Child, we'll see what Electra Man got to say, child. Christopher Maloney, child. That's going to be a mess. But, they ended up hugging and, holding each other, and, she definitely needed that moment. Who needed that moment? Blanca needed that moment, and Elektra needed that moment to see that she needs to be just a better person all around. So Elektra ass gets out the hospital. I guess she invites all the kids to come over, and she has this beautiful spread out for everybody. She done cook dinner, all that good stuff. And they was just like, what the hell is going on, child? And the little cute boy, little curly haired boy, he was just like, oh mom, I wanted to reach out to you. I wanted to come to the hospital. And she was just like, it's okay. Candy, being the hard ass she is, she was just like, child, I got nothing to apologize for, but I'm glad you're here. And Lulu and Lamar didn't say anything. And she was just like, you know what, I agree, and I understand, thanks to an old friend, why you did not come to see me. I haven't been a good mother to y'all. Being a mother is not just about being hard, it's about being, soft and nurturing and loving. And that's nothing that Electra is. But it's the reason why she's so hard and like a shell like that. And obviously something that has happened to Electra that makes her so just hardened and shallow and unable to give hugs and love and stuff. So everybody was just like, wow, this is a new Electra, child. She done got that coochie and she done became loving, darling. And they sat down to eat, and Electra actually had some nice garments out for them, darling. Some dresses and capes and gowns and everything. She was just like, I got y'all new clothes for the Mother's Day ball. They was gagging. The stuff was name brand from Saks, etc. Like, Electra really is that bitch. She got the plug. She'll get you prescription medicines when you need some antibiotics. Electra, she really is the one. There are perks, definitely, to being in the House of Abundance. You don't get love. You don't get hugs. You don't get everything you want. You get talked to like your dog. But there are perks, child. You get goodie bags and gift sex and Bath and Body Works, gift sex, and you get all kind of stuff being in the House of Abundance. So I see why the kids be in the House of Abundance. But with that said, I couldn't be bothered with you talking to me any kind of way. So, but maybe Electra, she's turning over a new leaf and she's becoming more soft or whatever. So, let's see. Blanca, she ends up going to her mother's funeral. All her family and friends are there. All her mother, family, and friends, and her too. She knows them, and obviously her family. So who's up at the casket viewing the body is her brother and her sister. Earlier in the episode, Blanca went to go see her sister, knocked on the door, the little girl answered. And her sister came out. Now they still calling Blanca by her name assigned at birth, her male name. Just disrespecting her and calling her whatever they called her name, Miguel or whatever. And her sister actually goes out there and talks to her, and she was just like, I don't know how to address you. I don't know what you are. What am I supposed to tell my daughter about you? And whoop to whoop. And they even yelled from the inside and said, who is it? And she was just like, oh, that's my brother. I was like, ooh, she's nasty, child. So, and we found out that Blanca's sister actually told the family that she died, that she was dead. And the Blanca is feeling some kind of, and the sister is feeling some kind of way about Blanca, because Blanca wasn't there when her mom was sick and going through stuff, and Blanca was just like, y'all didn't want me there, y'all put me out, so why would I come? So it was just a mess. So anyway, cut to the funeral scene. All the children ended up showing up with Blanca along with Praytel, who's kind of like the father of the House of Evangelista, it seems like. So they ended up talking, and Blanca walked up to, she didn't want to do it at first, but she ended up walking up to the casket to see her mother, and her brother and sister was there. And the brother, he's an asshole, very aggressive. And he was just like, what are you doing here? Like, you need to leave right now. He was getting ready to damn near fight her right there in front of the body. So I was just like, good Lord. And sister calmed him down. I was just like, no, calm down. Don't do that. She has the right to be here and say goodbye. And then Praytel walked up to him and whispered something in his ear. It was just like, it takes nothing. It don't cost nothing to be kind. Like, you really need to stop. This is her mother, just like that's y'all mama, So she sat down and, she talked to her mom for a while, and, she said what she had to say, then she ended up walking out. And we found out, I guess these two women were Blanca's aunts, her mama's sisters. So they was just like, child, I can't believe that's her. And that's him, he needs a better wig and, all this kind of stuff. And Praytel was just like, child, you sitting there with that tired ass frizzy perm. How you gonna come for her? Like, you need to stop and sit down and count your blessings. I live for Pray Tell. I don't know what the show would be if there wasn't like a Pray Tell to set everybody straight. You know, he's so important. Shouts out to Billy Porter. So when they was just getting ready to leave, the auntie, she got up and she was just like, we having a service at your mama house after the funeral. You should come by. So we get to the house. Everybody's sitting down. And, you know, they're not talking to Blanca, of course. We just have the auntie sitting right there talking to Blanca. And she was just like, so when the last time you talked to your mama, seen your mama? She was just like, you know, a few years ago in 1982 when she put me out. And she was just like, oh, okay. She was like, child, you so skinny. You know, let's go and get you something to eat. So they ended up walking into the kitchen. And Blanca, you know, she was fixing a plate and she looked in the cabinet and she found her mom's cookbook. Now, you know, Blanca, you know, her cooking skills are a little tied and through. And, you know, she been throwing turkeys out the window. You know, she can't make eggs. It's just a whole lot. So she definitely could use that cooking book. And all Blanca wanted from her mother was the little cooking book, the recipe book that her mom had. So she ends up closing the cabinet and her brother and sister standing there looking at her. She's like, what you doing? What's that? She was just like, it's just a cookbook that I wanted. And the brother was just like, you need to put that back. We have not talked about, you know, who's getting what, you know, since Mama done passed away. You know, so you need to put that back. And then we see that the mother, that her sister was wearing her mother's ring. And she was just like, so you worried about old tired ass stank recipe book, but you sitting there wearing her jewelry? And the brother was just like, she gave that to her before she passed away. And Blanca was just like, child, I'm taking this cookbook. So the brother ended up attacking Blanca, literally pushed her back behind, pushed her, you know, against the refrigerator. Just making a scene, being all loud, getting ready to fight her again. And then Blanca's little niece, her sister's daughter, ended up coming out the room. Was just like, what's going on? She was just like, yo, you gone back in there, your room, child, everything's all right. So Blanca ended up leaving, running out. The brother told her, you know, you need to get out and whoop to whoop. But Blanca got a good little read in there. She was just like, you the one that's been in and out of rehab. I guess the brother is you know, was on drugs or whatever, so. But, you know, like I said, you can be on drugs and beat or kill somebody, you know, sleeping with little girls, whatever. Just as long as you ain't gay, child. And especially not being trans. So, you know, it's just, it was crazy. Meanwhile, they had a scene while the House of Abundance, Electra kids, you know, they was eating this fine dinner. Blanca them, child, they was eating sloppy joes, and Asia was reading Blanca talking about, child, is that all you know how to cook is ground beef? Talking about, I'm so tired of eating sloppy joes and things, child. Talking about, I feel like I'm smelling like a hamburger. Angel was reading. I was hollering. It was so funny. Just like, Angel, you need to be thankful, child. You can be out there on them steps. And they shut up. I was like, okay. So, they ended up having, you know, Electra, she gave her kids some nice fancy clothes. And Blanca did the best that she could. And, you know, they have to walk for this whole Mother's Day thing. It's about the mother and their kids. So, you know, Angel was reading her little dress. She didn't like it. I ain't like it either. But she was just like, okay, I'm just going to put a little dawn on there, child. We're going to honor your mama. Calm down, whoop to whoop. It's tired and through, but we're going to make it work. So, Blanca had a scene with Damon when she was making pancakes and she just couldn't get the recipe quite right, darling. So there's a knock on the door. And we found out that Blanca's sister came by to see her. And she was just like, hey, like, what you want? She handed Blanca the cookbook. She was just like, child, I'm not going to use it. You know, our brother don't cook. So here you go. She was just like, you don't want to use it for your daughter? She was like, no, we're going to make new memories with her and whoop to whoop. So she's just like, okay, thank you. Would you like to come in? You know, she was just like, no, I don't want to come in and see all this gay shit. But, you know, God bless you. And you know, I'll talk to you in about a year. So she closed the door. You know, it's baby steps with some people. You gotta take baby steps. You know, it takes a while for some families, child. Believe me, I know. Lord. So anyway, Blanca, Damon was in there, you know, making making the pancakes, child, mashing everything up, trying to get everything together. It still couldn't get quite right, guys. So Blanca ended up reminiscing. She got the cookbook. She was just like, yeah, she ended up finding the recipe for pancakes. Her and her mom used to make pancakes all the time together. And, you know, she reminisced when she was, you know, a little boy. And, you know, she was like, yes, you know, you add milk and the eggs and whoop to whoop. So Blanca, she ends up, she was just like, when she reminisced when she was a child, Blanca said, will you always love me? She was just like, I will always love you forever. And, you know, it was a nice, beautiful moment, you know, after she said that she loved her. Well, when he was a little boy. So, Blanca goes back in there to Damon. She was just like, Damon, you need to add milk. She basically just recreated the scene. She was just like, Damon, did you add milk? No, I forgot to add milk. Then Damon was just like, you know what? I love you, mother. And Blanca was just like, I love you too, forever. The waterworks, you know, it started. I was just like, I just can't. I can't. And I'm a thug and I hate crying. So anyway, so what else is going on, child? So we cut to Stan's wife. You know, she getting all beautiful, getting all beautified up, putting her best beat on, cause she going to see the other woman. That's how you do it. You get pretty, so you be like, oh, okay, you sleeping with my man. He messing with you. Look at this. Look at these garments. Look at this fur. Look at this nice, natural, fresh, real woman fish beat. You know, she was giving the girls that. And Stan, the man, he was at home babysitting the kids, so she walked out. Now, mind you, the guy who worked at the desk at the apartment that Angel them, you know, stayed in, the penthouse suite, he gave Stan's wife all the information. And, you know, so she already knew where Angel stayed at. So she walked out the door, said bye to the kids and Stan, and she literally walked down the hallway to go knock on the door. Who knew that Stan and his wife and kids stay in the same building as Blanca and her kids? Which, you know, one of her kids includes Angel. So I was just like, wow. They was that close together? That's crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. So she knocked on the door, and little Poppy, he ended up answering. He was just like, who is you? The police? She was like, no, is Angel here? She's like, no, child, Angel ain't here. How you know her? And she was just like, oh, we just work together, whatever. So she was just like, yeah, well, it's a car outside, you know, waiting. I have somewhere to be. So Poppy was just like, well, I know where Angel at. You know, we can go and find her together. We can go there. I'm already late. So, you know, in Poppy's mind, he's going to the ball. And Stan's wife, y'all tell me her name in the comments. Stan's wife, she's going to see Angel, and Angel's at the ball, obviously, because she's walking. It's the Mother's Day extravaganza. So they get in the car, roll up. Little Papa was just like, girl, come on, child, we late, child, I got to walk, I got to be with my family. So the wife is just walking up. She nervous and scared. I don't think she's been around this many coloreds in a long time. She walking through, and you know, she ain't have no switchblade, nothing with her, child. The girl's just like, yes, real fish, you're serving, mama, and whoop to whoop. She ain't even acknowledged them, child. She just had her eyes set on Angel. So she walked into the main ballroom, child, and it's against the House of Abundance and the House of Evangelista, darling. The battle of the houses, darling. When I tell you that goddamn Electra Abundance slayed the house down. She had on this yellow cape, child. Mama was everything. Then she pulled back her cape, and there her kids sat at the table, darling, giving goddamn Alice in Wonderland teas. I was just like, yes, Electra. Electra's everything. She's everything and more. So then we have the House of Evangelista, child. They came pooching through the House of Evangelista. Beautiful blue capery moment and gowns that Blanca had on. You know, Angel, she looked gorgeous, and Damon, you know, looking like a prince. It was everything. It was everything. So Blanca, so the House of Abundance ended up winning. Rightfully so, I feel like. The House of Abundance ended up winning, but second runner-up was the House of Evangelista. Angel trying to talk to Electra outside. She was just like, well, I'm proud of you for having your surgery, because Angel, she's thinking about having the surgery too. She was just like, well, thank you, and I appreciate the love, but next time, buy me an outfit. Electra's just back to being a bitch, child. It's just who she is, but she has a heart somewhere behind that. So we end up when Angel turned around from talking to Electra, we have Stan's wife standing there looking at her. It was just like, yeah, I'm Stan's wife. She was like, can we go and talk somewhere? And then Angel was stunned. And then the episode cut off, child. I was like, ooh. It's going to be something. That Matt is a dirty rattlesnake, child. It was something else, child. I was just like, Lord, it's just going to be a mess. He caught up. Now, I'm sure that because of how Angel looks, I'm sure that the Stan's wife thinks that she's, born a biological woman, because Angel is she's fish, she's everything. But once she found out, child, that Angel, got a little special secret, ooh, this shit gonna hit the fan. I feel like she's gonna go on over there to Matt though, and pooch on over there to Matt, because she's gonna be so filled with rage. It's gonna be a mess. But anyway, child, that was another episode of Pose, darling. Pose. Thank y'all for watching this long review, child. I just have to give the details. I have to give the show my everything, so that's why they be long or whatever. But yes, shouts out to all y'all, and thanks for watching. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at ItsKingsWorld on Instagram and Twitter, at ItsKingsWorld89 on Snapchat, Chase King on Facebook. All my social media handles will be in the bottom bar below, darlings. And I'll see you guys later. Pose.